Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Hot Topic Tuesday here on Backstage Hall Pass. My lovely co-host has just appeared. There she is. All right. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Just crazy.
That was a great sprint down the stairs you just did. I could hear every step. That was great.
My dog was going to shit his pants if he had to.
So you had to let him out.
I did, but now he didn't even go out.
Oh, well, guess what? He'll leave you during the show. No.
Yeah.
All right. So we're back.
We are back, baby. Let's talk some business.
Let's talk. We're going to talk today about set lists.
How did we end off last week?
Well, we kind of ended up in a little bit of limbo, but I got a general consensus. I went back and read the comments today, and the general consensus is that bands should have a set list. However, you can call an audible, if you need to change it up, which is important. But I've got some things I want to hit on today about set lists and how they should be made up too, because you can have the best intentions and throw a set list out there and it just absolutely flop if you start out of the chute like we talked about last week with boring slow songs. I mean, nobody will hear the good songs because they're going to leave.
Right.
So we'll get into that. And what else you got today? We've got a lot of people joining us. Let's see who's checking in here today.
Hello, everybody.
You get the comments. What is happening? There we go. All right. Oh, Glenn checked in like 20 minutes early on the YouTube channel. He said hi to us because I guess it puts something on YouTube that says we're going to go live or something like that. I don't know. Good. Yeah, he's the early bird today. And hi, Marie. Thank you for being with us. Butch Snyder in the house saying hi to you, Ceris.
Only me. Hello.
Only you. Of course, only you. They only want to see. By the way, your hair is looking mighty mountainous today.
I literally have been out of the house since like 6. I called you and I was like, I am flying trying to get home for this. It's been crazy.
Did you leave me a voicemail?
No, but I did call you.
I did try to call you back.
I'm sorry for the boof, the unattractiveness here.
The floofy hair, we'll call it. Let's see. We got Bill. Hi, Bill. Thank you. Looks like Chris Reese saying his usual sup.
Sup. He's so cool, guys.
That's cool for Chris Reese. Yes. Ray Renee in the house. How you doing, Ray?
Hey, Ray.
What up, Tom? All right. Dewey's here. Hi, Dewey.
Hi, Dewey.
Hey, you made a big announcement yesterday that broke the internet, by the way, Ceris. You're getting Lita Ford for New Year's Eve?
My goodness. Can you believe it?
How cool is that?
So cool. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. Probably that was hard work. Still going, but that is some hard work getting that going.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that yesterday, and you kept that a good secret too, you little.
It did.
Yeah,
well, I wanted to make sure that it was for sure.
Well, yeah, it's like being pregnant. You don't want to tell anybody before you're sure.
No.
So there it is.
Definitely not pregnant. So there's that.
Hi, Cincy Local and Live. Thank you for being here. Crescendo, thank you. Bob Klein, how you doing? Hey, we're talking about set lists today, guys. We got to get into it here. So, Ceris, what did you get left with last week after we talked about set lists, other than passion that you had?
Is that what we're calling me?
That's what I call you. You passionate. Passionate.
I think I forgot something, but did it get heated at some moments? What was the subject like?
I don't know that it got heated. I think it got opinionated. Oh my God, we just got big.
Crazy close up, guys.
Here, let's see if I can make it better. There we go. Let's do that. All right.
I think we left it at definitely set list, like you said. You got to also be able to go on the fly, read your audience. No, have a set list, but read your audience.
Well, and it really got hot topic wise. It got hot when we started talking about venues having any control. And I think your opinion was, you really didn't think that there should be a whole lot of control other than maybe you're going to walk up some night and say, dude, you've done 4 slow songs in a row. Can you pick up the pace a little bit or something like that? You're not going to tell them what to play, but
absolutely not. They're the professionals. Yeah. I hired them for that. I'm not going to tell them how to write their set list as much as they're not going to tell me how to run my bar. But yeah, I mean, opinions, I am paying them, so I should be able to have an opinion. Like if you are slowing down my bar, or I'm seeing people go out there, then definitely I should be able to have an opinion and say, hey guys, let's pick it up because people are going down.
Yeah, and Dewey just had a comment there. Let me pop Dewey's comment back up again if I can. Got opinionated on the slow songs and things. You were like, don't play any slow songs, and
I said,
here we go. You were like, don't play any slow songs.
No, I said, let's limit the slow songs. Like one a set. Let's limit the slow songs.
And I'm going to say today in my monologue at one point, I'm going to say slow songs are a must. And I'll tell you why I think that is. But I'm not going to disagree.
I think they should be limited.
You want to fight about it?
Absolutely.
I love it when you want to fight.
Oh, but I'm not saying there can't be any. I said there has to be limit. Listen, are you telling me that you should have 3 or 4 slow songs in a row that you actually are okay with people leaving?
Never.
Okay, so then let's not put words in my mouth and let's agree that we're saying limited slow songs.
She's talking with her hands now. When that happens, it gets real. Hey, if you've got a comment, make it. I see everybody saying hi, but tell us what you think out there. What's Tom got to say?
I also
always have sets. Okay, I like that.
The venue should, I don't think you should have a set list for all venues because all venues are different.
Jim says, rub them belt buckles. Country boy he's not really a country boy. He plays in a rock band, but yeah. What's Chris Reese got to say? Let's see the words from the Apostle Chris. Let's see. Tribute show. We're doing working on a set list now. They're doing a neat thing, and I got a little sneak peek of that, and it's going to be really good. That band's going to have some fun. Heather's got a lot to say. Heather's writing a Kevin Cooper comment here, so let's look at it. Where is Cooper? Is he on here today? Are you getting fired up over there? You're awfully quiet now.
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just getting pissy.
No, I just think that those songs need to be limited. Okay. And I don't think they need to be, I don't think there should be more than, it should be 1 and then we need to go back to fast.
Thank you, Heather.
What?
I said thank you to Heather. That was a good comment.
It is a good comment.
Mm-hmm. She says a lot of people wanting to hook up in the club. Yes. Thank you, Scott Luck.
Hook up.
So while we're talking about slow songs, can I just give you my take on it? Your take is limited. You don't care if they play a slow song or 2 throughout the night, right?
No, of course not.
All right. So I'm going to say ballads are good. And I mentioned the other day about rock bands and hitting ballads, especially if you're playing a ballad that's kind of a strong, monster rock type ballad or something. People love those kind of things. Home Sweet Home, Motley Crue, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to say ballads are good because many cover bands out there think like they should never play a slow song, that it's got to be a party from the start to the finish. And I'm going to tell you that my opinion on it is, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. And man, you're posing really nice over there. Can you do that again? All right. I think slow songs and ballads attract females. And this is my thought on it.
I mean, I'm a female. I have a vagina, and it doesn't attract me.
God. This is going to end. We're going to be kicked off the internet before it's over. You want girls to come to your gig, okay? Now, some rock stars in the bands feel like, I don't care if girls come to the gig or not because I'm married, or my girlfriend's always there and she gets pissed if anybody flirts with me. That's like shooting yourself in the foot. Okay. And you know, the bands, you know what I'm talking about, Ceris, that there's that drama with the wives and girlfriends sitting in the audience. So what are you reading? Is there something in the comments I'm missing?
No, I'm thinking about what you're like, you know what I'm talking about, because now I'm thinking of all the examples and all the people that I do know that what you're talking about.
Yes.
How
That would.
See, they are.
Absolutely. And I've seen it happen. I've even seen it happen in the same band with the band girlfriends fighting. But let me get back to my train of thought here. All right. Girls will get on the phone. They'll text people. They'll say, hey, come out. We're having a blast tonight here. Especially if it's like a large group of ladies who went out for the night celebrating something or whatever. Girls typically, and I'm going to catch some shit for this. I think girls travel in, and don't take the term herds wrong, but they do. They travel in groups. They travel in groups to go to the bathroom. All right. So girls are, I'm getting the look.
I meant to say some girls.
Okay. You can say that. And I will agree with you. Some girls, but wonderfully, the ladies, when they show up, bring guys to follow. I mean, any bar you go to that's full of girls is going to have guys showing up and going to fill the room. It's just the nature of the beast. So ballads are attractive to ladies sometimes. Slow dancing is attractive to people. And, you know, I'm not saying take your fast dance set and then all of a sudden hit a wall and drop the slow song in the wrong place either. I'm just saying I think ballads are important, and, you know, give the crowd a chance to peak and then simmer down and do a slow song a little bit for them and let them be in love, because people want to do that. That's just Scott's opinion only. So don't shoot the messenger here, but shoot the messenger if you want. What do you think?
I think I really respect your opinion, and I think you're a lovely man.
Oh, this is getting so deep.
I will say that I don't think you're entirely wrong by any chance. I don't think you're entirely wrong, but I also, I don't know. At the bar that I own, I can tell you that rarely, maybe I think Kevin McCoy might be the only person that I have seen fill, or maybe a couple others, but I will definitely say Kevin McCoy is one of the only people that I've seen fill the dance floor with a slow song and with women dancing.
Okay.
I think country music is different altogether, but I still think that the more upbeat your show is, more sing-alongs. Like I liked Chris Reese's comment where he said sing-alongs are different than slow songs.
Yes.
Women want to be a part of that too. I mean,
absolutely.
I don't know. I'm a woman and I have friends that are women, and we can go pee by ourselves, and we don't tend to get up for the slow songs. We tend to get up for the fast songs to dance. And from my experience of being in the industry for like 25 plus years, I would say that, yes, of course, women bring men. Duh. And the men tend to bring a little bit more. We get that, but I don't think it's the slow songs that do it. And I will still stick to minimal slow songs.
Okay. I agree. I agree on the minimum.
I've never been thirsty slow dancing.
Are you done?
I'm done for right now.
Okay. Thank you. It just makes me happy. And it does. And look, I opened a can of worms. Ray says women don't generally request slow songs from me. Okay, well, there we go. But I opened a can of worms here, and I knew I would when I said that. It's not sexist, so don't point fingers at me saying, oh, he's all sexist. I'm an observer. When I'm in a club, I'm an observer, and I see women get up from the table and go out and do things together. The guys typically aren't that way. Even to go smoke outside. Oh, even to go smoke outside, they do it in a group setting.
You're not wrong. Women do tend to go do things together. They do. That's not, but I don't think that has to do, I don't feel like that has much to do with the speed of, like, I don't think it's a slow song that's making them go out on the dance floor together, unless they're all single. And they're like,
Hey.
let's dance together because nobody's dancing with me.
Look, they think we fight all the time. Now they're telling you to stand your ground.
Lou,
Thank you,
I'm
Lou.
standing my ground.
Yes, everybody's gonna agree with you because you've got, Lita Ford coming New Year's Eve, and I've got nobody.
She said, Chris.
So yeah, what's that?
She said, also, Toy Hobbs with your Purple Rain always goes over every time I played it. Like I said, there's limited slow songs are good, and there are certain slow songs that are always going to go over well. They are. But I just want to say, limited doesn't mean none, but none doesn't, come on, guys.
Okay, moving on.
More importantly, read the damn crowd.
Moving on.
Leaving, that's not good for anybody. That's not good for you or for me.
Moving on, I'm going to blow this topic up. All right, now let's talk more about putting a set list together. You said don't start out with slow songs. You said that emphatically.
Howard, Wednesdays are different than a Friday or a Saturday. Just to keep that in mind. It depends on the day of the week. It depends on a lot of things.
Let me tell you about Butch, because Butch plays that matinee show down at Pullman Lanes from 1 to 3 in the afternoon.
I need to make one of those.
That crowd there are there to rub belt buckles.
Yes.
They love slow dance, and they slow dance differently than most people do. I mean, they do the two-step slow dances and all those things. So, it's a little different than what we normally see in a regular night spot.
Listen, I'm going to say it again. Reach your crowd, and each club is different, and each day is different. Okay? A matinee show is different than, hey, wake up, Scott.
Oh, sorry.
Matinee show is different than a nighttime show. There's certain bars or certain things. It's not the same thing for every bar and every night and every show. It's different. That's why I say have multiple set lists.
Nathaniel says all bangers, no matter what. There you go. He's a rock star too. There we go. All right. 5 fast songs to 1 slow. And I think it depends on your genre. Well, it depends on your genre. You go to a country bar and you don't play ballads, you don't have material.
That's what I said.
Yeah. You go to your bar, I get it.
Yeah, if Scott, if you came to the bar and played 1 slow song every 5 fast songs, that's too many.
There you have it. If you go to her bar, at my bar, you ain't doing it. And then Chris said, what was Ceris saying again and again and again? Yeah, what was Ceris saying again?
Great question, Scott.
Thank you, Dan. All right. Look who's here. Jamie Combs has joined the party. Hi, Jamie Combs. There's no formula other than reading a crowd. I tend to agree and disagree with that. There is a formula. The formula is don't do slow songs out of the chute and bore the crowd to death. That's one formula. And I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Jamie, or not. But let me move on, Ceris, and you help me out. I know you're reading the comments. I can tell when you read. And I will tell you that. What are you laughing at now?
I'm just laughing at you because I can tell when you're like, I can tell when you're reading. Is it because I'm quiet?
I think, yes. The most important thing to a live performance is the set list. Now, people are going to disagree with me with this. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but it's a single piece of the show that applies to everyone from solo artists to bands. The set list is most important. Now, I recently was at a show, and I'm going to tell you a pet peeve I have about a set list. The band passed their set list around in a printed format and had people circle. This was their master set list, all 100 songs they knew or something, and had people circle the song number if they wanted it played during the night. So what is that but touch tunes? That's my opinion. Touch tunes. You can take requests, but that one just floored me. I could not believe they passed it around. The other thing is your set list is kind of your holy grail. Would you, I don't know. It bugs me when bands show their set list ahead of time. I mean, you kind of know what you're going to get when you go to a national act because everybody posts their set list from week to week to week, and you kind of get an idea. But local bands, I don't know that you should have your set list out there for everybody to see hanging on the speaker. That somebody tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Unless it's like a one of those bands that is like one of their sets is requests. This is an easy way to do requests. So instead of just going up there, you get to choose these songs to request from, because some bands and some venues, it works well with like an audience participation. So I can see how that could work for some things. It's like, I could hear people going, that's fun because we get to choose which songs we want to hear in this set or something. I can see people enjoying that. I don't think I hate it as much as you hate that.
Well, it was the way they did it. And
the Hanky Panks do like a request set.
I know. Yeah. And I think that's cool. I do. But what I'm saying is when you pass, and you see a lot of like party bands and wedding bands and that post their set list online and all those things.
That's weird.
To me, it's a little weird. And, I'm going to say I wouldn't want to go to, and I'm going to date myself, like a World Wrestling Federation event and have someone hand me when I walked in the door, the script to the show and know what's going to happen throughout the whole damn thing. You know what I mean? That's what it seemed like to me. Like they were giving away all their song. Well, that's all they play. And maybe I don't want to be here because they're not going to play my favorite song because it's not on their list. So that was just kind of some of it. It's like giving away the store before you have to. And I'm waiting for comments here. And Kevin Cooper saying hi. Hi, Kevin Cooper. What else we got? We got a big one there. Casey Gomez, how are you? Agrees with Jamie. Got to understand the vibe.
I think we all agree with Jamie. I mean, that we all agreed on is you have to be able to switch it up. You have to be able to read your crowd and switch it up. That wasn't in debate by any means.
No,
but
not at all.
Having a set list to go in is always a good idea because it avoids dead air time and it just avoids a lot of problems.
And there are many types of set lists. I mean, there's the written set list you print and lay on the floor, and one that's becoming more and more popular. And I'm not sure I like it either. And I'm gonna be the bad guy all day today. But when I go to a place and I see somebody reading a teleprompter the whole damn time, using an iPad in front of them for the words to the song, that kind of bugs me a little bit. I don't know. I mean, and you musicians have to tell me. I know it's difficult to know every tune and everything. But some people seem to really be relying on technological set lists, and they go right down the line on their set list. Boom. Here's the next song. Here's the lyrics. Here's the next song. Here's the lyrics, all that stuff. That's not what I'm getting at to have a set list. I'm thinking the band should have a set list, but then look at the room and say, hey, this isn't working today. Something didn't work out. Those last couple songs, even though they were dance songs, this may not be a big dance crowd tonight. So we're going to have to find another way to get them partying and drinking or whatever we need to get them doing. And that's just, again, Scott's opinion only. So y'all can hate me and do whatever you want, but I'm going to be sensitive if you do. Thanks, Ceris.
Sorry.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm just, the bar's calling me. So I just got to.
Well, do you need to answer him? You can answer him.
I'm going to have to call you back in like 5 minutes because I'm on a live podcast. Okay, bye. Bye.
I love it. Sing a slow, sad, funky jazz song, Heath Bowling said. Heath's going to do that someday. I know he is. Hey, Dave Shores.
What was Dewey's comment? He asked us a question.
Where is it? There it is. Do it. Yeah, he's got a big one. A certain Cincy prog rock band to play Rush Moving Pictures and full coming in.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
Moving Pictures in the fall this year, coming year. They have considered it. What do you guys think about bands doing special set list shows, meaning a specific crowd or venue as a music lover? Are you talking about like a tribute? Like a tribute set list? You want a set list dedicated to Rush? What do I think about that? Is that what you're asking? Isn't that a tribute band?
Yeah. Well, I think any of the tribute bands, and I've seen a lot of them do that go out and they're going to play, and they'll put out ahead of time to their fans, please give us your input, like on our page, for what songs you want to hear in set number 2 that are your favorite songs from us. and they do that for their fans occasionally. It's all right. I mean, it's like the Hanky Panks doing requests. I mean, it is.
I think that's a great idea, especially for a band that doesn't usually doing that. Doing a special show like that, I think is a fantastic business idea. That's a good business idea, and I think that would be great, especially if they know that there's a crowd that would go for that. If you know that there's a crowd for it, then it's good, and it would be a good business deal. It would be good for business and for the players. However, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, musicians that I find their type of music they want to do with these special set lists or these special kind of tributes don't really draw a crowd. So it's hard for venues to want to book them because there's just some that just don't draw a drinking crowd or something like that. But I'm not opposed to it as long as it works well for both.
Yeah. Dewey said like a special one-time show. Yeah. I would agree with that too. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And, and a lot of cover bands do that. Like I said, I've seen it so many times where they say, you're going to pick our set 2 tonight and you throw in all the songs you want to hear and we'll vote on them or whatever. That's fun for them to do.
I think it would be a great idea if especially, I know he's talking about Crown Watts. If Crown Watts dedicated one show to Rush, because you know what I mean? Because they do it so well and there would be a crowd for that. I think that's a great idea.
And guys, I'm trying to get your comments up on the screen here. There's so many today, so please bear with me. And if I don't, we'll look at them afterwards and comment on them a little bit. But Mike Roberts says, like Dreamboat Annie. Yeah, if it's a specific type of band or tribute or something, that's much easier to do. I think to have a set list that people are helping you pick and, drawing the songs from it. But as we're feuding today over this topic, I think the biggest thing in a set list is timing. And I think, Ceris, you're going to agree with me on this for once, that timing is the key element. And when you play songs, as you mentioned last week, peaking at the right time, knowing the venue you're in and when it peaks and those kind of things is so important. And if you've never played that venue before, shame on you for not going in and kind of getting a feel for what it is prior to your gig. What do you think?
Nothing irks me more than a band or musician telling me what's going to work well in my venue without stepping foot in my venue. Don't worry about it, Ceris. Don't worry about it, Ceris. They don't even know my name. Don't worry about it, Ceris. We've got a great set list. We know what your crowd's going to want. Do you? Have you ever been in my bar? No. It's not the same, and that's why I say it's not the same with every venue. Every venue, every neighborhood, every part of town is different. Stop assuming like you know all because you've played some stages. I don't assume that I know your band.
Hollywood, that's a good one. Do your homework. Do your homework, Hollywood
exactly.
said.
Do your homework. And you know what? Respect, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy.
Well, everybody's got to remember, and it gets lost in the transition sometime when you're a musician. You're there, okay? People are there to hear music. The venue is paying you to play music, and you should have 3 banging sets. If you're doing 3 sets or 4 sets or whatever they are, like Kevin said it last week, don't say save the best for last. Have them all good.
It's the worst thing. If you have 3 sets in your show, they all better be the best sets. There is no bad set. I can't understand that. That just doesn't make sense. Also, I bought one of those round ring light things, and I don't know where to place it, and I feel like I look like a ghost.
You do.
And I'm like blinded, and I don't know what to do. I'm very unhappy with this.
We'll turn it off.
But then you won't see me.
Sure, I will.
You're my boobs.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Everybody enjoys that. All right.
Is that too dark?
A little bit, but it'll do. If you lean forward, it's not. There. Oh, my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for Ceris's makeup tips as she's looking in the mirror here. But we're beating this horse to death. But I do want to say it's been a fantastic discussion over the last 2 shows about set lists. And I think we've come to a determination, and it's pretty damn simple, that you should always know what you're going to do ahead of time. But it doesn't mean it can't change up a little bit. And it doesn't mean you, and somebody said it a minute ago, I don't remember who it was, they have a pocket full of tunes in their back pocket that they can squeeze in if they need to and replace this song or that song on the fly, because certain things don't work. You know, if you go in and you're a rock band and you decide to pull off a version of Should Have Seen It in Color, the Jamie Johnson country song, and it hits like a lead balloon on the dance floor, then you probably know to pull some other songs out of your set list later on if that didn't work, because every venue is different. There are bars and venues in this town that if you went in and played a rock song, they'd look at you like you had two heads, man. They wouldn't want you to be there because it's all country. And so I guess the homework thing is probably the most important thing that's come out of this is know the venue, do your homework, and time the set list to where you're peaking at the right moment and doing the right kind of thing. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I've kind of beat it to death. Ceris, what else you got?
Is it? No, I agree. I think one of the best questions I've gotten from a band was, what time does your bar usually peak? So I know, so we make sure we're on stage. Like, imagine taking a break when the bar is peaking and people are coming in and there's nothing happening. You know what I mean? That just,
right.
I agree. Do your homework. Don't be lazy. Don't assume not all venues are the same at all. Like,
I got to ask Heath Bowling. He said something here about the iPads. It's a great set list and doesn't hurt to have it when you're solo. And I was doing some research on this topic, and a lot of bands were discouraging iPad use and those kind of things because they've had failures and their set list was on it, and then they don't have their set list. So I guess it's a two-edged sword there. And I know you have Heath has multiple genres and decades, but do you use the iPad for lyrics, or do you use the iPad for your set list? That's because I've seen a lot of people who spend more time flipping up the old iPad to get to the next lyric because they're using it as a teleprompter to sing with. And that's the part that makes me wonder, why didn't you take the time to learn the lyrics to the song? Now, maybe you got 10,000 songs and you can't remember them all. I've done many a show with national acts that they have a teleprompter on stage because they forget the words too. But
a lot of national acts actually use teleprompters, I've noticed.
Yes. Now, they're not flipping an iPad on their mic stand, but it's at their feet and they can see it. And I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it. And you would think that somebody that has, let me just take Bret Michaels, for instance, of Poison fame. Bret Michaels uses a teleprompter at times. And I kind of had to laugh because I thought, how many times have you sang those songs? Every Rose Has a Thorn. You know, I mean, how many times have you sang that song in your life? And he still has to have the words there. So, you know, I don't know. It's interesting. And iPads and iPhones and all those things, we're using them so much more now for in-ear monitors and controlling the mix and all that. I get all that. I mean, they do it at the Jam on Thursday night, and it works very well. So, you know, I'm not bashing on them. I'm just saying, if you're using it as a teleprompter for every lyric you have, you're singing karaoke, man. I mean, you're looking at a screen with the words on it. And I want to see you entertain. I want to see you look up and look at me in the crowd and think, man, that guy's ugly sitting out there. That's kind of what I'm interested in.
I would agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to comment on that one too much, I don't think.
Yeah, because you want to stay in the good graces of people and you want them to hate me.
No, I just think, I don't think I know enough. Like, I would hate to think that somebody wants to hear this song that's been asked, but you have, you know, a lot of these people have day jobs. A lot of these people don't always have the time to remember certain songs, but somebody else in the band might want to play it. Or if they know it's going to be a special occasion, so they want to make sure that somebody can play. I just think there's a lot going on that perhaps sometimes it's okay if they look at their teleprompter for the lyrics. All the time, no. But sometimes I think we can get, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I think sometimes you also get thrown a song, especially like the Jam night. They get thrown a song by somebody who gets up there and it's like, oh, I'm a little familiar, but not so familiar. So I need to look at this a little bit.
The Jam can't be counted for that because they're literally playing music on the fly. They don't know what they're going to play. So to assume, you know, you can't assume they're going to know all songs.
Absolutely. So those of you that are at the jam, don't think I'm talking about you when I say that. I'm talking about your artists that I've seen sing the same songs over and over, and they still use the prompter iPad in front of them for the lyrics. And that's kind of and that's just my opinion only, so there's a lot of comments rolling in. Thank you guys so much for the comments. Ceris, I'm going to see you tomorrow night. I'll be at your place 7:00 tomorrow night. Name that tune. We'll be having fun with that.
I'll be a little late. I'm getting the hair.
We're getting late. And 7:00 tonight, right? Your tickets go on sale for Lita Ford.
They do.
That's New Year's Eve. What time's that show starting?
The show starts around 8:30. She goes on at around 11.
Thank you, Chad Applegate. And that's exactly my point. I probably wasn't making it the best, but I don't think you feel the song, and the audience doesn't feel your passion for music if you're reading a prompter.
One of my biggest pet peeves, and again, my opinion doesn't matter, but when I see comedians read their jokes off of a pad of paper, I just feel like it just doesn't seem natural. I don't feel it. It takes away from the whole thing for me. But that's not saying all of it. I'm not saying all of it.
And Ceris, I do tons of MC work. I've done that for you, and it drives me crazy to see somebody come up and host a show and they've got all their notes on a pad or a handheld device or whatever. Yeah. I mean, you got to be able to talk a little on the fly, because if it's just reading from a list, then so be it. By the end of the event, I usually have the sponsors memorized. I don't need to look at an iPad or something, but it's all each to your own, and it's how you do business. And
that goes back to doing your homework. If you're going to agree to do something, then you need to do your homework.
Thank you, Daniel. That's a great comment. That's a good one. Create blocks of music based on the similarity, I think he's saying, and call audible blocks based on the crowd. I mean, that's what we've summed up about this set list thing. And it all started with a band coming out of the chute with 3 or 4 slow songs, the first 3 songs of the night. It will just throw a wet blanket over the party. And, that's kind of, I think that was Ceris's pet peeve to begin with. And my pet peeve to begin with was, I don't want to start the night out with a lame, and maybe they're the best songs in the world. They're just not appropriate.
When I hear bands say, "Oh, wait till the second or third set, those are the good sets." What do you mean those are the good sets? Why are you not? Keep people here in the first set. Oh, I hate that. You should have a show where I just rant the whole time about my opinion, because who cares?
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Jim McCarthy. Jim says no slow songs. I don't agree with that. I think there should be a time for that. And I will tell you, as I worked through the years as a DJ in large clubs with a couple thousand people a night, if we didn't play 2 or 3 slow songs in succession at some point throughout the evening a couple times, that's what it was there for. People were there to meet people, to slow dance, in a whole different world than a live entertaining band. So
I said,
that's where my mind is.
Homework.
Thank you, Dave Kale. I look forward to the Autism Rocks 12 lineup coming. And also that is also going to be a fun event that's going to be out there and about soon. So be looking for all the info on Autism Rocks. Sean Poole, thank you. Appreciate it.
Set it for what?
What's that?
Why do you got to reset a room?
Who said that?
DJ Dave Kale. I don't understand why we got to reset a room.
I don't know where that is. I don't see it.
I don't know how to tell you. Comments.
He said slow songs help you reset the room. Okay, I get what he's talking about. Yeah, it's just sometimes let you regroup and kind of change your gears a little bit. I think that's where the slow songs would take a break. It also gets people to the bar. If it's a club where there's a lot of people dancing and things, get some chance to go to the bar and get a drink. I mean, I know where he's coming from with that. That used to be old DJ lingo in the dance clubs. Was you had to pull a reset. Everybody, it gets to a fever pitch, you get them going, and then you slow it down, let them go to the bar, and pull a little reset and start over. So that's where he's at. I hope.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
people get off the floor, buy drinks, let you regroup. Yeah, there it is. I think I hit that one too. So I think we're about done. We've been going 40 minutes, Ceris. That's a long time. 10 minutes longer than we wanted to.
Fine.
It is. So next week, a new topic. We're not going to beat this one to death anymore, but we thank you all. If you have comments after the fact, after we've been live, please drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have a suggestion for a Hot Topic Tuesday topic that you'd like to hear besides the one we've already taken from you on a couple shows, those are on a list. Please send them to us at All Around Town Radio on the Book of Face. You can, as Karis says, slide into our DMs. Karis, good luck with the tickets tonight.
Thank you.
Lita Ford at the Bell and the Bear. It just shows the absolute star status you guys have now. It's
I love
awesome.
it. It makes me
awesome.
happy.
Absolutely. Well, you all make me happy. Thank you for the banter today. And really, just as a disclaimer here, guys, Karis and I really do like each other.
Oh, we love each other. That's why I'm here.
On occasion. That's why we're doing this every Tuesday. So we'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Karis, I'll see you tomorrow night. Name that tune at 7:00.
Yes.
I'll be heading to Mr. Burroughs tonight, do a little trivia too. So stop in there if you're out and about in the Springboro area. What else you got, Karis, before we say bye to everybody? Anything?
We got Jamie Combs tonight, his second breakfast, his new little gig that he does second Tuesday of every month. So that's going on. Also, I think you're all awesome. And I'm so happy that I get to co-host with you.
This is great. It's fantastic. And the numbers are wonderful. You guys keep sharing this show and get it out there to the musical community. And we'll keep talking about fun stuff.
Send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday. The musical ideas. You want us to talk about it? You want to hear me go off the rails? Send it.
I know how to make her go off the rails in like 30 seconds or less. Thank you all.
It's not that hard.
No. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye for now. Oh, my.
All right, I'm going to go call.